All these big European stars, but no Nat Phillips. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is the Euro 2020 Fantasy Football tips, rules, and just going through my team really. I haven't uploaded in a while, it's just been over a week, but I've been busy, have been doing lots of different stuff, but now the video is here. So basically, today we're going to run through the rules, the basic rules of Euro 2020 Fantasy Football. Then we're going to run through captaincy options, my team, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Anyway guys, let's get into the video. So there are 7 match days in total in Euro 2020 Fantasy Football. So 3 of those match days are in the 3 rounds of games in the groups. The 4th match day is in the round of 16. The 5th match day is in the quarterfinals. The 6th match day is in the semi-finals. And the final 7th match day is in the final itself. So you can choose your team, but you're only allowed to pick 15 players. 2 of them are goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders and 3 forwards on a budget of 100 million euros. So that is your initial budget, but from the round of 16 onwards it increases to 105 million. So basically you can bring in better players after the round of 16. So the number of players from the same team. So in the group stage you can only pick 3 players from the same team. So for example you could only pick Gundogan, Müller and Neuer from Germany. And in the round of 16 you can pick 4 players from the same team. In the quarterfinals 5 players from the same team. The semi-finals, 6 players from the same team, and the final 8 players from the same team. So let's say the first round of the groups is done, and before the next round of the groups, which is another match day, as there are 3 match days in the group stage, you can bring in players from your bench into your first team. So within your 15 total players in your squad, you can swap them around between each individual match day. However, after all matches on a single day are finished, and before the next matches within the match day kickoff, you can. So basically what is staying there is, after all matches on a single day are finished, so say a match day spans across 4 days, after all the matches on Monday, for example, finish, and before the matches on Tuesday kick off, you can sub out a maximum of 4 players with sub-players that have not played yet within the match day, unless they have been sent off. So unless one of your players in your starting 11 has been sent off, you can't sub them off. But if they haven't been sent off, you can sub them off, but you're only allowed to sub out a maximum of 4 players from your starting 11. Also, you can change your captain to another player from your squad whose team are yet to play. So say your captain blanks on the Monday, and you've got another player on Tuesday who could get points. You could swap the captain's armband over to the player who plays on Tuesday. So the next type of substitutions are automatic substitutions. So basically you order your players based on priority on your bench. So say you have a player who you think's going to get the most points. If he were to come off your bench, you would put him first. But your highest priority player cannot break the formation rules. So, for example, if you have 3 defenders in your first 11, but one of them doesn't play, and your first player on your bench is a midfielder, he won't be subbed on. It would either be the second player if he was a defender, or the third player, whichever one of the players on your bench is a defender. And now we move on to the chip. So the first chip is called Limitless. So it's basically like free hit in FPL, but it's slightly different. So you can change your squad for 1 match day only, so you get unlimited transfers and no budget restrictions. That's the slightly different thing to FPL, no budget restrictions. And once the match day is finished, your squad will return back to normal. So basically, you're not happy with your players, you can change them all for 1 match day and 1 match day only, and then they will revert back to your old team after the match day is finished. And the other chip you can use is called the wildcard. So it works the same, has the same format as one in FPL. You can change your squad as much as you like, free unlimited transfers, but remember, the players that you bring in your team are permanent, so they will be within your squad after the match day that you bring them in. So here is my team. So as you can see, these are the 15 players that I picked for my Euro 2020 fantasy team, but I can make changes because you have unlimited transfers up until the first match day starts. So Harry Kane is my captain, and my front 3 is Harry Kane, Thomas Müller and Donyell Malen. So I chose Thomas Müller because he's had a really good season for Bayern Munich. Donyell Malen I chose because he's a young and exciting Dutch player, and the Dutch team looks very good. Harry Kane because he's pretty much guaranteed to start every game, and I captained him because although Croatia is a good side, Harry Kane is a top striker. And my midfield 3 is Diogo Jota, Frankie de Jong and Serge Gnabry. So I chose Jota because the Portugal team looks very exciting. Jota's had a really good season for Liverpool and should start most games. And he's also got Hungary away first, which looks like a good fixture on paper there for Portugal. I chose Frankie de Jong because he should start most games and he's got Ukraine at home, although he doesn't get as far at the pitch and as advanced as Wijnaldum, but Wijnaldum cost a bit more. And I chose Serge Gnabry because he's a quality player. He didn't have as good season as he did the season beforehand. He didn't have as good season this season as he did in 1920, but still a top player and should start a lot of games for Germany, even though they have a very tough group. And then my back four is Ruben Diaz, been outstanding this season for Man City and should be outstanding for Portugal. They've got a really exciting team, and Hungary away. Looks like a good fixture on there for Portugal. And then Robertson, captain of Scotland, got Czech Republic at home. Toby Alderweireld in a strong Belgium team, should start. Got Russia. Russia don't look like they could score too many goals this tournament, but you never know. Don't know too much about them. And then we got Kaglar Soyuncu, another good season for him at Leicester, and they have got Italy at home first. So him and Kabak maybe could have a really good partnership throughout the Euros. And in goal is Szczesny, so he's got Slovakia at home. And yeah, Szczesny is the Polish keeper. And then bar Kimmich on my bench. The others are just Lopez. He should start quite a lot of games. And then you've got Sissoko and Lazare. So Kimmich is probably the only one that's going to come on and change throughout the tournament. And probably Lopez as well, actually. Based on if him or Szczesny have good fixtures. But his team could change. So if I do any changes, I'll let you know on my Instagram, which is FBL_skills. And as you could have probably told by looking at the thumbnail, Harry Kane, is he a good option for fantasy football? For the Euros? Obviously. Obviously. He is going to start pretty much every game for England, well, every big game. And he is the Golden Boot winner in the Premier League, in a very average Tottenham team. He gets loads of assists. He's a creative player. What more do you want from your striker? And also the England team has got a lot of creative players around him. Foden, Grealish, Rashford, Sterling, Sancho. All these players can link up with him, create goals and create chances to win games for England. So yeah, that's answering your question there. It was a pretty self-explanatory one. And then also De Bruyne. You've seen him in the thumbnail. Just there. There he is. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, he has hurt his face in the Champions League final, and he might be back for the Euros. They said it's just like over a week away now, wasn't it? So just see how it goes, because he's got, I can't remember what he did. I think he might have fractured something. But whatever happens, he could be in contention for the Euros. But don't worry, you'll find out news from now until then. And then, of course, you have unlimited transfers up until the first match day. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.